Hey everyone. Now onto the 7th episode of Voltron Legendary Defenders 8th Season, Day 47. Follows up a little bit after the previous episode, maybe, I'm not quite sure, but I don't know, maybe like a month or something, at least a number of weeks. And it's presented very creatively through a documentary / video diary of the Garrison pilot Kincaid. Starts off talking about himself quite a bit, his routine and regimen as a pilot, his exercise and standard interactions with his fellow personnel. But we get to a lot of interview subjects and recaps for fellow characters and some new information for us viewers. Through people like Koran, gradually all 5 of the Paladins, Rommel, fellow pilot Rizavi, the leader of the Blade of Marmora, Kolovan, Pidge's parents, Slav. I think that's about everyone who gets a piece on camera. But throughout quite a bit of it, we see, like the title of the episode implies, kind of just a day in the life aboard the Atlas. Some of the standard military protocol, the cooking and eating, bits of recreation, but it does connect to the big plot. It's not just small details. To go over the end of the previous episode, Orion has apparently been destroyed through the collapse of the white hole. Several of the Robies pilots are still active, even if the Robies themselves might be disabled at this point. Minerva's whereabouts are unknown. And as part of Minerva's plan, she actually extracted Lotor and his syncline mech out of the quintessence field. Or at least it's implied that Lotor's still inside. He hasn't been shown on screen yet. But the mech is still very formidable and powerful. And along the way, the Paladins have apprehended quite a few of the Robies pilots, although in interrogation they haven't talked to Allura at all. No important information has been disclosed yet. But we, of course, get a little bit of humor even around some of this stuff. The dog Bae Bae gets the camera, carries it in maybe her mouth, is briefly aboard the bridge of the Atlas while the Atlas, I guess, just tries to dock or whatever. I don't know the terminology. Around a gas giant planet while Voltron has to take down a crazy colossal space octopus kind of monster. You see glimpses of the battle through the windows. There's a moment that Rizavi finds really boring when Hunk, Colleen Holt, and Kincaid start to bond over the variety of yeast samples that have been cultivated. It's noted that Kincaid did a class project on fermentation a while back, and Hunk's working on his cooking, and Colleen has looked after like the greenhouse and all that stuff. Ironic, but this episode vlog talking about a documentary / found footage sort of thing has to be compiled together. My camera was interrupted by a little alarm that I forgot to turn off. Yeah, but anyway, with the past the yeast discussion. But with Rizavi, despite Kincaid wanting to take an overall professional and usually objective approach to filming, she wants a more exciting kind of mass appeal movie. Dynamic angles, an energetic voiceover, things like that. She even wants to get kind of a secret close-up of a kiss between Lance and Allura, but Kincaid covers up the camera just as it happens. Yeah, but this was a very interesting one. A lot of, kind of as Kincaid intends, it's a good encapsulation of how the series currently is. It's space travel, it's various friendships, mundane events versus major combat scenarios. Some fun and serious clashing of personalities. I guess just one of my little nagging thing was kind of wondering how the cinematography is with this apparently like levitating robotic camera. Like mainly the time signature, whatever it is, like on the lower left corner of the screen the whole time. It never skips around. It's always shows the full second by second as we're watching it. So I'm guessing that version is just to show the movie as it's fully compiled and edited. I mean, it has to be also because there's even occasional instances of the camera actually looking at a screen. Like security footage into the interrogation room. Secretly taken into the situation room, watching their display, watching the paladins be deployed. Also integrating a little bit of Pidge's helmet heads-up display. And nevertheless, I really enjoyed this one. It was very creative. take for the series while still advancing the story alongside, showing some of the smaller events and interactions among these characters. Again, sorry that this is technically composed of 2 video recordings. Pretty ironic for this episode in particular, but oh well. So I'll see you on to episode 73.